What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Holocron Radio podcast. I am your host, Grandmaster Jordan, and it's good to be back. I do apologize for the hiatus, and I do apologize for the later episode. It's been a little bit of a hectic week trying to get everything together, but we're back, got some stuff situated. My new laptop will be here on Monday, so I can't wait for that to help out with my recording, and we'll be back to our normal schedule next week. But we're doing this live in person today, right now. So this is not a pre-recording. This is right now. So here we are. Good to be back. Good to see you guys. And as you guys might have known, if you guys haven't been paying attention, my laptop got stolen while my wife was having surgery at the hospital. So it got stolen right out of my backpack. Don't even know how, whatever the case may be. And so had to get a new one. Luckily, I have insurance on basically everything I have. So always get insurance. Good things come from insurance and everything. So other than that, I mean, it's been a very decent week. Got my laptop coming back. I've been working on my fan fiction and just getting ready for this episode. So here we are, episode 9. This episode is basically, I want to go over same format, our our fact of the week, our main topic, and then of course we have our Jedi of the week. So everything stays the same. We might add a little bit here, there, whatever the case may be, but hey, we're here. So without further ado, let's get started. Today's Star Wars fact of the week is: it is estimated that there were over 10,000 Jedi Knights across the galaxy. And when Order 66 came, less than 1% survived, which is around 100 Jedi survived at the time. Now, we do know the numbers are kind of skewed because of, depending on how you look at the canon. If you look at Disney canon or if you look at the expanded universe, it kind of is skewed. But just imagine you have those type of numbers. It's always been a very interesting thing to me that the Jedi had always outnumbered the Sith in some type of shape or form, except like during the old Republic era. But when you look at it, Palpatine was up against 10,000 Jedi Knights that, if they wanted to, they could have all assembled on Coruscant and marched on to the capital and arrested him, if that was the case. So if they needed a Jedi army, even 1,000 of them could probably do it. But he systematically wiped out the entire nucleus, broke apart the Jedi Council, all within a few hours. And I think that is an impressive feat, as far as, and that's why Palpatine is where he is in my top 10 list. And that's a very impressive feat, because you got to really break down and think about it. You made sure that each of your chess pieces, because you was playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers, you played chess like no other grandmaster could do it. You made sure Yoda was gone. You made sure Obi-Wan was gone. And you made sure that you had Anakin Skywalker isolated and you had a reason. Now, whatever the move was going to be, the move had to be made when Grievous died. Apparently that was the whole ordeal type of thing. When Grievous dies, and that becomes your whole, okay, he's dead, let's get it done. So there's that. Now, I will say that as far as the survivors goes, there's some very interesting survivors, but just knowing that even after the purge, I mean, you're still hunting Jedi 20 years later type of thing. That isn't it, the numbers dwindle. It had to dwindle, because no matter where you look at it, I mean, by the time you get to New Hope, I mean, there's probably less than 50 Jedi, honestly. Hey, that's an extermination if you ever had one. So, hey, there's that. So we're going to jump into our topic for today. We're going to talk about the future of Star Wars. So basically what's going on in the future. So I've been online. I've been seeing things about the future of like Star Wars films, shows, whatever the case may be, and it's a lot of mixed reviews right now. It's a lot of mixed things with the fan base right now. I got to tell you, it's a very mixed bag of things because like let's take it from the top here. The trilogy sequel left a very sour taste and a big divide within the fandom. And then now you have like the shows hopefully helping out, like when you had season 7 Star Wars Clone Wars, it relieved some of that. Bad Batch relieved some of that, but then you come up and you do Acolyte. Acolyte doesn't do well. And then you come up with the Shadow Lord series with Maul. Excuse me. So, and that does well. Andor does wonderful. And Ahsoka season 1, okay. Mandalore season 1, 2, great. Season 3, the movie, So like, Star Wars is kind of like in a weird place right now. Like, where does it want to be? These are the three upcoming movies that I've come across. So upcoming that's in production or going into pre-production or whatever the case may be. You have Star Wars Starfighter. That is a very highly anticipated one. You have Star Wars Visions, the Ninth Jedi. So it's another Visions show. Ahsoka Season 2. And just learned that Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 is currently in production pre-production as far as writing, all that stuff like that. So they've already, gone out there. So there's that. So these might be some heavy hitters. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, Shadow Lord, if you've watched Maul was a great show. I really enjoyed it. Ahsoka Season 2 has the potential to be a good season if the writing is there. Ahsoka Season 1 wasn't bad, but it wasn't like over the top good. And that's just my personal preference of like Thrawn being like the main villain or whatever. I don't think he should be a TV show villain. I think that Thrawn should be a movie-sized villain. And that's a whole nother podcast that we're going to do. But for now, like, we have to look at what Ahsoka gave us as it is. And then I'm very interested in Star Wars Starfighter, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, I've been doing some deep dives on a lot of different things. So here is some of the stuff that's like either talked about, being announced, but hasn't really gone anywhere with it, whatever. So Dave Filoni has a thing. Apparently there was supposed to be like a Mandoverse, like a Mandalorian verse or a New Republic movie from him. Simon Kinberg was the Simon Kinberg trilogy. He was supposed to do basically an episode 10, 11, 12 after the Skywalker saga. There's James Mangold, who was the director of Wolverine. He was in talks to do Dawn of the Jedi, like a Dawn of the Jedi, either movie trilogy or just a movie in general, or maybe a show. Then there was supposed to be the New Jedi Order trilogy as well, which I thought was going to be the episode 11, 12, and 13, whatever the case may be, or episode 10, 11, 12. So that's what I thought. But I guess they're two different projects. Simon Kinberg's trilogy and the New Jedi Order trilogy, which would have saw Rey establishing her New Jedi Order and everything like that. Then there was a Lando movie discussed that would have starred Danny Glover Jr. or Donald Glover. Sorry, Donald Glover, or Kid Gambino. Oh Jesus, is that what? You guys know who basically the guy that played young Lando in Han. There you go. Jesus, you guys know who I'm. Childish Gambino. Oh my gosh, there it is. Man, I need. Yeah, it's been a long day already. But anyways, so these are some of the stuff that's been. It was either announced, talked about, or just hasn't gone anywhere. Honestly, the struggle right now with Star Wars in the Disneyverse is that there's a lot of momentum struggles. Momentum swings so fast. Momentum swings like a pendulum, and you either have to hit it or not. And let's be real. The like movie wise, the last hit that I could say was a Star Wars hit movie was Rogue One. And a lot of people agree with me on that. The sequel trilogies had potential. I mean, The Force Awakens was, I believe, if The Force Awakens was basically like a stock, if The Force Awakens was a standalone trilogy outside of what we know as Star Wars, then we could have had a different discussion, but it's not. And changing directors, all of that, like that just it kills momentum for a movie. The other problem of it is that like the high expectations is very high. Like expectations obviously for movies are high, but like when you have a fan base so deep like Star Wars, the expectations are going to be astronomically high. It's the same thing. Like you guys have to look at it from this perspective. I mean, in December, Harry Potter season 1 is dropping, like the show. And we're only about, since the last movie came out in 2011. So we're only about 15 years removed from those Harry Potter movies. We're only 15 years removed. And so the first season starts in December, and there's already high expectations. They've already had to change actresses for Jenny. Like it just comes with the territory type of thing. Just like there's high, like Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, very high expectations compared to the last movie they did and the show. That is what you're going to be compared to. And so here with Star Wars, very high momentum pressures are here, and you're going to be compared to this, and this. And always, every director is going to be scrutinized for Star Wars because of some fact of the matter is they're not George Lucas. So, like, you have to hit. You have to hit it, or you're just not going to do it. And the last couple of Star Wars movies have not been, well, as we would say, hits. They were, decent, but they wasn't hits. Now, the shows, on the other hand, the shows show that there's a good, like the shows, especially like the animated shows, they've hit. Like they have hit more than I would have expected. I mean, season 7 of Clone Wars, great show, great ending. I enjoyed that ending. The Bad Batch. A lot of people didn't like the Bad Batch because they felt like they were a ripoff of the Clone Commando series type of thing, which, I mean, it might be, but I enjoyed it. I did genuinely enjoy it. Andor, I greatly enjoyed it because it was basically the prequel to Rogue One, and I loved Rogue One. And then you hit Maul Shadowlord, great show. And then Mandalorian started off very strong, and then momentum dips off. Acolyte had the opportunity to be great, and aside from all the misogynists and the Star Wars haters and everything, Acolyte would have been a great show if for not for the lack of better writing. If you put a little bit more into the Acolyte, a little bit more depth, a little bit more character development, you have a show. And season 2 would have gave us like season 2 of the Acolyte would have gave us like Darth Plagueis, basically the birth of Anakin Skywalker. We could have saw all of that. But obviously for the reasons that we know of, it was not meant to be. Then you have like a lot of the kiddie shows, all that. So like Star Wars is a huge franchise, and it's in this weird flux. I want to talk about the Starfighter movie a little bit because I asked a couple of my groups if they were excited for Star Wars Starfighter, and it's very hit or miss on this. A lot of people have been disappointed. Like a lot of people are disappointed with how Mandalorian Grogu ended. A lot of people are still disappointed with the sequel trilogy. So not a lot of faith is going into this movie. From what I've read, this is so far the casting. This is the casting for Starfighter. You have Ryan Gosling, Mia Goth, Matt Smith, Flynn Gray, Amy Adams, Aaron Pierre, Simon Bird, and Daniel Ings. Those are the cast members that's been announced so far. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only know like half of these people. Be honest with you. Like and here's the thing. The reason why is because like my movie knowledge is very in depth. Like I'm a very big movie guy. I could do a whole podcast on movies. Like that's a whole different situation. But for this point, like there's only a couple people like I know here for sure. Like I know Ryan Gosling. I know his movies. I know his work. It's a lot of people like when I ask this question in the groups, a lot of people are like, a lot of these guys are too well known. Like Aaron Pierre is getting notoriety. Like Aaron Pierre is a damn good actor. And if you don't know him, he's about to be in the new Green Lantern series. He played and voiced Green Lantern in the DC Infinite Earths, Crisis of Infinite Earths Part 1 through 3 as Jon Stewart. He's about to play Jon Stewart. He was in that movie on Netflix where he's trying to get his brother and stuff like that. Like he is getting notoriety. So he's up there. And then you have Amy Adams. Amy Adams, I know her from Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman. Like I know that's where I know her from, and the Justice League movies. That's where I know her from. Um, Everybody else, I might know them if I see them or if I know their like catalogs, but that's neither here nor there. The cast, one of my groups said the casting is too stacked. They liked it when Star Wars would get these unknown guys or unknown actors and put them in and they make a great performance, which I understand. I mean, as I will say, and this is what I said to them, and I will say this to you guys as well. Star Wars has not been known for producing or not producing, but not known for having like mega stars or whatever. But I mean, they've had their stars. Don't get me wrong. Because like in the first trilogy, you got a guy like Alec Guinness to play Obi-Wan Kenobi. And let's be real, he didn't even want that. He didn't even want the role. Or not the role. He didn't even want to do it. He thought Star Wars was going to flop and he thought he was going to have like the worst thing. Turns out to be the best thing he ever did, right? Han Solo, Harrison Ford was already a rising star, but like Star Wars put him in a whole different map situation. And then then you get into the 90s. You have Ewan McGregor, you have Qui-Gon Jinn as Liam Neeson, you have Samuel Jackson as Mace Windu. Like no one else could play Mace Windu. Like you can't convince me that. And then you had Hayden Christensen come in for 2 and 3, and he's a big part of it and everything, despite like all the bullying. And I'm really glad he stayed as an actor or whatever, because like I love him in Takers, but that's neither here nor there. So you have that. And then with this one, I mean, with the newer movies, I mean, like for me, I didn't know much about John Boyega until like after Star Wars. And then I saw like his stuff, and he's a damn good actor as well. Adam Driver, another good actor. I feel like they got more notoriety after they did their Star Wars roles other than Rey. But then you have Oscar Isaac. He's definitely a big star. And then the guy that plays Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, he's a big star in his own right. So there's star power with Star Wars, but that's never been the case for Star Wars. Star Wars didn't need the stars to make Star Wars good. It needed good storytelling. And that's what we've always had with Star Wars, with shows, with movies, whatever. Good storytelling was what brought us in. Now we're at the point now where it's like, are we realistically actually giving the fans good storytelling, or are we just trying to sell? Are we just trying to sell the tickets? Because certain projects to me are cash grabs. Like we call these cash grabs. I feel like Mandalorian and Grogu, the movie, could have been a 4-episode situation, like a 4-episode special on Disney Plus. It did not need to be in the movie theaters. I don't know if it was a complete flop, whatever the case may be. Me personally, I thought it was okay. I didn't think that was good for the movie theaters. And I understand like Grogu sells. Mandalorian, I mean, he sells. Like that, I understand that aspect, but at the same time, like again, it didn't resonate for me personally. So it made him, and that's just my opinion. I understand, people got to understand, like everyone's gonna have an opinion. That's just my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think. I want to know what your thoughts are about the future of Star Wars. What are you guys thinking? Like, what is some things you want to see? Like, what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys want to see in the Star Wars future. All right, we're gonna go and check on our Jedi of the week. This week, I've done Master Shakti. She's a Togruta Jedi Master from Chile. She's a member of the Jedi Council. She was respected for her wisdom, patience, and compassion. She served as a general for the Jedi Order during the Clone Wars, and she was one of the I'm sorry, I cannot speak today. Sorry. Hell, let me get this real quick. She was one of the Order's strongest practitioners of meditation and in the Force. She was also a trainer for the clones on Kamino. She's appeared in the Clone Wars and in a lot of Legends novels and stuff. The one thing I like about Shakti is that she's had so many deaths. Like Shakti has died like from the two that I can remember off the top of my head. One was in Revenge of the Sith when she gets captured by Grievous in the deleted scene. If you have the deleted scene, or the full movie, you have the deleted scenes, whatever, you'll see that she gets killed by Grievous because she got captured. Then, if you played The Force Unleashed, she was We Killer, a Star Killer, We Killer. But according to the Disney canon, she was killed in the Jedi Temple during Order 66 or Operation Nightfall. And then, last but not least, she is remembered as being one of the most graceful and wisest Jedi Council members. Yeah, that is Shakti. So Shakti is our Jedi of the Week. Well, guys, here we are. A little bit of a quicker episode this week. I do apologize about that. I really wanted to just get back out there, jump right back in, get the feet wet again, make sure I'm not slacking off, for better words. This episode will be available tonight, so when you guys see it, watch it. Yay! Anyways, excuse me. I will say that we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. I'm about to start doing interviews with people that are Star Wars fans, Star Wars enthusiasts, Star Wars cosplayers. I'm even trying to set up with a person that does a Star Wars fan film. I want to see if they would be available to, come on the podcast and speak to what they're trying to accomplish and why they're doing what they do. I have a lot of different things going on right now for the podcast. And you know what? It's thanks to you guys. It's thanks to you guys helping me grow the channel, helping me grow as the channel grows. So I'm appreciative, truly appreciative of what you guys have done for me, and I will do the same for you guys. Next episode, we are going to be talking about Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is going to be a full breakdown of Grand Admiral Thrawn's character, his development, and basically who he is. Like, I think it's time that I brought him to the forefront. I think that's a perfect opportunity for my episode 10. Guys, it's been lovely. I will be back to normal schedule next week with next week's episode. So next week's episode is going to be Friday, 7 a.m. sharp. So stay tuned. Don't worry. I'm back. Not going nowhere. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy your weekend, and may the Force be with you all. Thank you guys again.